What is the history of kosher kitchen meat cookware? Have you ever wondered how kosher kitchen meat cookware came to be? The story is intertwined with the Jewish dietary laws known as Kashrut. These laws dictate not just what foods are acceptable but also how they should be prepared and handled in the kitchen. A key aspect of Kashrut is the strict separation of meat and dairy products. This separation extends to the cookware, utensils, and kitchenware used for each type of food. The foundational Jewish text, the Torah, outlines basic rules for kosher food. It specifies which animals are permissible and how they must be slaughtered. However, the practice of designating separate cookware for meat and dairy developed over centuries. This evolution was shaped by rabbinic interpretation and community customs. The goal was to prevent any cross-contamination between meat and dairy, which is prohibited by Jewish law. Historically, Jewish communities created systems to maintain this separation. They used entirely different sets of pots, pans, knives, and utensils for meat and dairy. In many households, these sets were color-coded or stored in separate areas to avoid any mix-ups. The materials of cookware also played a role in these practices. Metals, earthenware, glass, and ceramics each have different rules regarding how they absorb flavors and how they can be purified, known as Kashering. For instance, metal cookware can often be kashered by boiling or heating it. On the other hand, earthenware is more challenging to kosher and usually requires separate sets. As time went on, rabbinic authorities issued detailed rulings on how to handle cookware that had been in contact with forbidden mixtures. These rulings became stricter over time, reflecting a growing focus on preventing accidental mixing of meat and dairy. With new materials and technologies emerging, like Pyrex and nonstick coatings in the 20th century, rabbis had to consider how these innovations fit into the existing framework of Kashrut. This led to ongoing discussions about whether and how such cookware could be used or kashered. Today, maintaining a kosher kitchen means clearly designating meat cookware and utensils separate from dairy ones. Many households even have separate sinks, dishwashers, and storage areas for each category. This practice is essential for upholding the principles of Kashrut and ensuring that meat and dairy remains distinct in preparation and consumption. The history of kosher kitchen meat cookware reflects an ongoing journey of religious interpretation and practical adaptation. It is rooted in biblical commandments and expanded by rabbinic law to include detailed rules about the materials and usage of cookware. This ensures the separation of meat and dairy in the kosher kitchen remains intact.